Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go, they merely determine where you start. Your time is your life. That is why the greatest gift you can give someone is your time. Change brings opportunity. Successful people do the things that unsuccessful people don't want to do. The price of discipline is always less than the pain of regret. Your attitude determines your altitude. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Your income is determined by your philosophy, not the economy. Success is not in what you have, but who you are. The best way to predict your future is to create it. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. To go from where you are to where you want to be, you have to have a dream, a goal, and you have to be willing to work for it. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Don't be a spectator, don't let life pass you by. Success is not for the timid. It is for those who seek guidance, make decisions, and take decisive action. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. The richest people in the world look for and build networks, everyone else looks for work. The major value in life is not what you get, but what you become. Your personal philosophy is the greatest determining factor in how your life works out. If you want to be enthusiastic, act enthusiastic. You have to be before you can do, and do before you can have. Success is never final, and failure is never fatal. It's courage that counts. Your lifestyle does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. Do not adopt the lifestyle of a spectator. Life was never meant to be a spectator sport. You can't make someone else's choices. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. What you achieve in your lifetime isn't as important as what you become in your lifetime. We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. When you put yourself in the position of being able to say, if I had my life to live over, I wouldn't change a thing, then you're successful. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to cut all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can one be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as a burning desire to win, essential to success. The most effective way to achieve right relations with any living thing is to look for the best in it and then help that best into the fullest expression. In the realm of dreams, reality is but a visitor. Embrace the chaos, therein lies the beauty of Wonderland. Curiosity is the compass that leads us to the extraordinary. Every journey begins with a single step, even if it's down the rabbit hole. The most extraordinary adventures often begin with the simplest of ideas. In a world of possibilities, imagination is your greatest asset. Dare to dream, for in dreams, we discover the truest versions of ourselves. Wonderland is not a place on a map but a state of mind. The best stories are written by those who aren't afraid to chase white rabbits. Reality is negotiable, it's imagination that sets us free. Believe in the impossible, for that is where the magic begins. In the dance of madness and reason, find your rhythm and let the world spin. A journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first leap of faith. The caterpillar's wisdom lies not in its transformation but in the cocoon it dares to spin. Sometimes, the only way to find yourself is to get lost in Wonderland. Creativity is the key that unlocks the door to the extraordinary. In the garden of the mind, let the flowers of imagination bloom. Chase your dreams, even if they lead you down a rabbit hole. The Cheshire Cat smiles because he knows the secret, reality is just a matter of perspective. The Jabberwocky of fear can be defeated with the Vorpal sword of courage. A tea party with madness is often more enlightening than a banquet of reason. To find the extraordinary, one must be willing to venture beyond the ordinary. In the looking glass of life, see not just your reflection but the wonders that lie beyond. The white rabbits watch ticks away the moments, make each one count. In the tapestry of existence, weave the threads of imagination to create your own wonderland. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. For every minute you are angry you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Trust thyself, every heart vibrates to that iron string. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising up every time we fail. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us or we find it not. Shallow men believe in luck. Strong men believe in cause and effect. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. Self-trust is the first secret of success. Nature always wears the colors of the spirit. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Enthusiasm is the mother of effort, and without it, nothing great was ever achieved. The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. Make your own Bible. Select and collect all the words and sentences that in all your readings have been to you like the blast of a trumpet. Your time is limited, don't waste it living someone else's life. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. The more you are motivated by love, the more fearless and free your actions will be. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. The ultimate source of happiness is not money and power but warm-heartedness. Open your arms to change but don't let go of your values. In the practice of tolerance, one's enemy is the best teacher. The purpose of all major religious traditions is not to construct big temples on the outside but to create temples of goodness and compassion inside, in our hearts. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. Silence is sometimes the best answer. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering. The more you talk about negative things in your life, the more you call them in. Speak victory, not defeat. It is under the greatest adversity that there exists the greatest potential for doing good, both for oneself and others. When you practice gratefulness, there is a sense of respect toward others. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Compassion is the radicalism of our time. Today, more than ever before, life must be characterized by a sense of universal responsibility, not only nation to nation and human to human, but also human to other forms of life. The greatest degree of inner tranquility comes from the development of love and compassion. Sleep is the best meditation. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Success is not in what you have, but who you are. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Don't watch the clock, do what it does. Keep going. Your time is limited, don't waste it living someone else's life. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Believe you can and you're halfway there. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. The best way to predict the future is to create it. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Don't count the days, make the days count. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. Continue that counts. Believe you can and you're halfway there. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. It is never too late to be what you might have been. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. The best revenge is massive success. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Opportunities don't happen. You create them. It always seems impossible until it's done. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. If you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission.